Hello everyone, welcome to Glow Up Psychology. My name is Neetu. I am second year psychology student. My aim via this channel is to share psychological hacks, facts and theories so that you can apply those in your life to improve your lifestyle, the way of living and improve yourself as a person. Today we are going to discuss about problem solving. So I am starting this series where we are going to talk about problem solving. So it is really important because on a daily basis, every day we are dealing with problems. We have some goal state that we want to reach. It doesn't have to be a yearly goal that you pick and you work on, but even on daily basis, minor tasks like what do I need to cook to major things like solving math problems, solving your crisis, or something life throws at you. We are going to talk about what are problems, what type of problems that you see on a daily basis, how to solve problems, what is problem solving, what are the strategies that you can use, and most importantly, what are the blockers to problem solving and how to avoid that. So, let's start with it. First question is, what are problems? Because on a daily basis we deal with different kind of things, and based on our own experiences we define what are problems to us. What is problem for one person cannot be a problem for another person. So this is one thing that we need to keep in mind. And one more important thing is that problems are actually just challenges that we need to overcome, that with which whenever we solve a problem we develop some level of skill set, we improve as a person, and we sharpen our cognitive skills. Because on a daily basis we face so many things that we define everything that we are facing even difficulty with or are not able to solve, we say that is a problem. We say if something is not happening our way, we say it is a problem. Problem is basically a goal state that you are not able to achieve or facing difficulty to reach there, or there are obstacles that you need to solve to reach a goal state. That's it. You have a goal state in your mind where you want to be, and whatever is in the path that is blocking you or restricting you, delaying your arrival to that goal state is basically the problem. Now, what things that we do to solve this is the problem solving. Now we know what is a problem. Problem is basically a goal state where we want to be, and there is something that is blocking you to reach there. There are two types of problems. First is ill-defined problem and well-defined problems. Well-defined problems means that you know what you need to do, you know the steps you need to follow, you have a clear vision, a clear direction how to reach to your goal state, and you have a clearly defined goal state. That is a well-defined problem. But an ill-defined problem is something where one part is missing. Either the goal is not clear, or how to reach there is not clear, or you don't even know or sure of that if you follow this path will you reach there. So these are the things make ill-defined problem an ill-defined problem. So examples of well-defined problem could be like solving a math equation. You know that if you use this formula you will solve the problem. So the ill-defined problem could be how to bring world peace. Now we are going to talk about stages of problem solving. There are 4 stages of problem solving: preparation, production, evaluation, implementation, and verification. So the first one is preparation. This is the stage where we actually recognize a problem, that there is a problem that exists that we need to solve, where we will define the problem very clearly, what is the problem, and we also define the goal state here, that what is the goal that you want to achieve, what is the outcome that you want, and how will you measure it that you have that you have reached to your goal state, and what is the deadline to the problem solving. These are the things we do. We gather information. So basically we do a thorough research of what are the what are the things that other people have done to solve their problems or similar problems, what things worked for them, what didn't work for them, and we gather information related to what is basically this problem. We try to understand as much as we can about the problem and the goal state and the steps involved in it in solving the problem. At this stage, while we are gathering the information, while we are defining the problem and goal state and problem solving, at this stage only we are going to separate what are root causes and what are symptoms, where if we get confused we would like damage the whole process of problem solving. Now we know what is the problem that we are facing, what is the solution or outcome that we want, and we have gathered all the information. We are at stage 2, which is production. This is where we are going to generate solutions to our problems. There are so many ways to generate solutions, and broadly speaking there are two ways or two strategies to solve problems. First is systematic and another one is heuristic. Systematic problem solving involves clearly defined formulas or steps. If you follow this, if you put this into the problem, it will give you the goal state. So basically this is how we solve math problem. This is how we solve basic life problems, like if you have a problem like what you need to cook, if you put the answer of meal list that you have created, you get the output that what you want to create. Heuristics are mental shortcuts. These don't guarantee you a solution, but definitely you'll get a solution. There are so many ways, or there are so many heuristic strategies which we are going to discuss in different video. Right now, I have given you a broad idea of two ways of problem solving. Okay, now we have reached at stage 3, which is evaluation. This is where we are going to assess our plan of action and we are going to select which one is the right one for us, which includes predicting outcomes. What strategies that I've selected, if I put them into the problem, what are the kind of outcomes that I'll get, and are those outcomes that I am aiming for. We are going to calculate risk. What are the risks involved with each of the strategies, and which one do I want to select based on those risks, based on the outcomes I want, and which one is actually feasible, which one is efficient for me that I can apply based on the resources. And most importantly, we are going to look at the resources that we have right now and what are the resources we might have to invest in. Now we have reached to stage 4, which is implementation and verification. This is where we are going to put our plan into action. We are going to see whether the strategies that we selected in the evaluation stage, are they actually working or not working. Based on whatever outcome that you get, whether you get the outcome that you wanted, or is it better than what you wanted, or it didn't actually work, now we will modify our steps. If we get the problem that we wanted, good, now the problem solved. Let's move on to the another problem that we need to solve. If the problem is not solved after implementing the strategies, now what we will do is we move on to the stage 1. Learning from what went wrong, we are going to change the things in any of the stages that need to be done. Either we didn't define the problem clearly, or that we didn't clearly define the goal properly, or could be there is some issue with the plan of action. Maybe we miscalculated risk. Maybe it could be that we didn't thought of any obstacles that could have be in the way that we need to solve. So whatever it is, we are going to solve it from stage 1. This way you will definitely reach to a goal stage if you keep reevaluating and reassessing your plans instead of just giving up. Now, I think we have discussed a lot about problem solving. If you have any questions regarding any of the problem solving method, drop it in the comments. In the next video, we are going to discuss the blockers, the barriers to problem solving, and how to solve them. It is going to be a lengthy video because there are so many blockers, and we might have to divide it into 2. So stay tuned. If you like this video, if you learned something new, like and share it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to learn more about personal development, psychology, philosophy. I'm all about that. So, see you in the next video. Bye bye.